Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've had about 72 hours to live with Kendrick Lamar's very controversial Super Bowl performance in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I have more thoughts. So if I'm being completely honest with you guys, me and my wife actually watched the performance from the car, so I was kind of looking over as much as I could while I was driving. Then I came home and watched this performance on YouTube, and then I watched it again on YouTube, and then I watched it again on YouTube, and it became clear to me that this is one of the greatest performances that I've ever seen in my life. In my life, this is one of the greatest performances of all time. And for me, Kendrick Lamar, somebody I didn't even grow up listening to like that, has easily become one of the great rap performers of all time. He may be the greatest rap performer of all time. Nobody else in hip hop gives you messaging like what Kendrick just did at this year's Super Bowl. I was dumbfounded looking at fans put together stuff that I just didn't get. Looking at the Shade Room's post that I'm about to read here, it shocked all the messaging in Kendrick's Not Like Us performance. Listen to this. I didn't see any of this. Kendrick uses Samuel Jackson, who obviously played in Django many, many years ago, but it's a double entendre because Sam's name, Uncle Sam, which is a reference to a house. Come on now. So that's already great. The legend Samuel Jackson is there. He starts by saying, "Welcome to the game," which I think is a double entendre for America. And then Kendrick goes and starts playing an unreleased track, potentially from GNX, which again, Kendrick references. Remember that freestyle from a few months ago where he said we was gonna watch the party die and it was gonna be televised? Then we go into Squabble Up and Uncle Sam is saying, "Yo, this is too ghetto. You need to get back to what America really wants to see." And that's when Kendrick pivots to Humble, and the dancers are kind of like torn. There's the divide with some dancers nodding their head yes and compliance, and then others not so much. And then we see the dancers essentially on a prison yard while they're performing, and then we see the big old warning wrong way from the crowd. I think that's probably emphasizing that oftentimes black people go the wrong way in America, right? From there, the street light comes on, and then Uncle Sam references a culture treat code. And then obviously, if you from the hood, you obviously know we got to be in the house by a certain time. When that street light come on, we got to take it in. Again, I think that's a reference to we know what will happen if we not in the house before that street light comes on oftentimes, and how we could get profiled just from being in the wrong spot, wrong time. From there, Kendrick teases playing Not Like Us, but then instead, he's much more appeasing. He brings out SZA. They perform some beautiful ballads. Songs like Luther and All the Sky, they're peaceful, great mainstream hits that just keep everybody chill. So Samuel Jackson's starting to get happy with Kendrick. He's like, "That's the way you do it. Keep it calm." But then you hear that, Then they ask him, "Are you really about to do it?" Kendrick say, 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. I'm playing it up, sliding up, batting up, pop. And then that busted on the beat. Oh, and then I was like, "Oh, no, he's doing it." And this diabolical dude, as he's pacing left and right with no background track, is literally sliding to his right. And all you see this sick dude say is, "Say Drake." I hear you like, "Oh yeah." Man, I said, "Oh my gosh, no, he didn't do it at the Super Bowl." No, he did do it at the Super Bowl. But Kendrick's whole thing has been, this is bigger than Drake. He is just a representative of what you can become in America when you have lighter complexion. Obviously, the brighter the better, right? Or whatever you want to say. He's also a representation of somebody who's, in Kendrick's mind, clearly placating like he's from the streets, grabbing on to different areas when he's around, but he doesn't understand the struggles that come with them areas. I'm saying this is what Kendrick has preached in these diss records over the last calendar year. Kendrick even brought out Serena Williams, who, for those who don't remember, Serena Williams got chastised over a decade ago during the Masters when she started sea walking. She comes out and sea walks, and obviously it doesn't hurt the fact that she is an ex-girlfriend of the boy Drizzy Drakes, and also SZA is the ex-girlfriend of the boy Drizzy Drakes. So just a master class in disses, because these are definitely still disses to Drake, but also messaging in America. It ends with a game over sign, essentially saying that black people gonna get it together. So just incredible messaging. I hate this for Drake because what Kendrick has done is essentially make him the face of what's wrong with America. And I think that's very unfair to Drake, but that's what happens when you beef with a diabolical dude. But essentially that's what Drake's song is, because your Drake is like, bruh, I'm being clowned in this record. My people are being dismissed. My life is being picked apart. But in Kendrick's mind, he believes Not Like Us is way bigger than a Drake diss. I mean, I want to know y'all thoughts. That's just great. Bruh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I was talking to one of my partners yesterday, and the conversation of Kendrick did too much at the Super Bowl halftime performance came up. And I want to be clear with you guys. This is what hip hop is supposed to do. Hip hop has become so watered down, and we all like it. Like, I love a good street trap record. Be clear about that. I grew up on that music. I'm a down south baby. But it has trained our minds to not see the true value in real art. I didn't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I didn't think Kendrick correctly and properly conveyed the message. I'm sure it's there. He just doesn't talk a lot. But in that Super Bowl performance, clear as day, the messaging shows it's there. I'm not going to knock the man that's giving me his all in the music, in the performance. Everything has messaging. If we're being honest, one of the things that I feel like is distasteful is when I hear a rapper who's got a couple big records go on an interview and say, yeah, I made these records in 15 minutes one night. Like, I can't do my job in 15 minutes. You can't do your job in 15 minutes. We're so accustomed to water down that we don't even know how to appreciate when somebody is trying to level up our minds and at least make us think. Art is supposed to make you think. We're giving too much music the benefit of being art when it ain't. It's just dudes rapping trying to make some money. And I ain't mad at it, but it is what it is. Kendrick Lamar is delivering art through music. I don't love every record. I'm not trying to act like I'm the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan out there, but I always give respect to the people that make me think. And would it have been great to see Lil Wayne perform some of his classic records? That crowd was pretty dead during a lot of that performance from what I see during the videos. It's a corporate executive crowd at the Super Bowl. Would they have liked a Wayne performance more? 1,000%. It would have tapped into their childhood more and their upbringing and records they heard on the radio more, right? But Kendrick did something in my mind that's gonna live forever. And I think it's one of the great performances of all time. I'm not mad at a brother for making people think. Sorry, y'all. I think it's great. Time, love, and support is what your boy will never take for granted. Let me know your thoughts on Kendrick Lamar's very message-based Super Bowl performance. I thought it was a great one. I do. I'm out.